welcome to my review of the Steelcraft Strider Compact Deluxe. I won this pram a couple of weeks ago and I found that it's been absolutely amazing for my little boy, my son, who's 10 months old. I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of the basic features of the Steelcraft Strider Compact Deluxe pram. There's lots of different features, lots of bits and pieces that it does, but I'm just going to show you a couple of the main ins and outs of how to use it. So firstly, as you can see, it's folded up. One of the things that I found with the Strider Compact Deluxe is that it's a bit awkward when it's folded. It doesn't sit nicely on the ground. It's quite heavy and a bit chunky to put in and out of the car, but that's the only drawback that I have found with it so far. So as you can see, it's folded up. To release it and set it up, you just pull this long rectangular black part open. Make sure you hold the rest of the pram so it doesn't go flying. You pull it and then it releases, and you just push the bottom down and pull the top up simultaneously. Wait till you hear a click and it's all set up, ready to go. As you can see, it sits really nicely with a straight back, which is the most beneficial thing I found for my son. We actually had a Steelcraft Agile previously, and the thing that I found with that was he was quite slouched in the pram and he kind of used to fall and tip to the side, which I wasn't really very happy with. However, this is the complete opposite. He sits with a straight back. It's got easy straps similar to all the Steelcraft ones. It has a C shape, and down the bottom it has a little connecting part that goes through the C, and then you clip it into the middle section, and Bub sits in there. So his shoulders in there, his legs come out the bottom. To release, all you do is press that big Steelcraft button and it releases the whole thing. The Strider Compact Deluxe comes with a handle bar, which is quite fancy. As you can see, it swivels and stays on. There's a hole in this side here and the metal circular part, and it just clips in, which is super easy. To release the handlebar, there is a black button right underneath. We found it a bit hard to find this initially. You press that black button in and it releases. I just leave the handlebar on now because it's easy to get Bub in and out of. He loves holding on to it. I can attach toys that have a round clip on it so he can play with it and he's not going to throw it off because he's at that stage. There's a matching metal leather, handlebar at the top to change the angle of that. On the insides here of these round parts, there's buttons on the inside and you just push them both in and just change the height. I like to have it a bit shorter because I'm a shorter person. My husband likes to have it a bit higher up because he's taller. So it's great because you get to change the height of them. To obviously push the pram, it's quite nice. It moves quite well. If you want to use the brake, there is a red lever at the bottom next to the right back wheel. You push it hard to lock it, and there's actually a little red circle that comes up to tell you that it's locked. And to unlock it, you just press it down again, and as you can hear that click sound, and the little red circle turns to green, and that means that it's unlocked. So it's really easy and user-friendly for that. There's lots of storage space at the bottom, which I love and has been really helpful for when I've been going shopping lately. It even fits in my massive nappy bag, which is a definite bonus for me. It has the capacity to fit in an infant seat here. So if in future we have more than one child, we can fit in another seat here. This top part has the capacity to fit a bassinet. It can be rear facing and forward facing. Again, that's a bit too much detail to show at this time, but there's plenty of instructions that come along with the pram to do that. Finally, I'm going to show you how to collapse the pram, because this took us a little while to work out as well. Firstly, you need to make sure that the handlebar is up, because otherwise it's going to hit the ground, which is what you don't want to happen. And because it doesn't sit very nicely on the ground, if you don't put the handlebar up, it will scratch along the ground. You'll notice here that there is a plastic knobbly part that sits on the frame, and there's another one exactly the same on the other side. To release the pram, you need to pull this up on both sides and then push down, and as you can see, the front of the pram comes down as well. As I mentioned, it's a bit awkward to sort of sit. It takes up a lot of space in the car. I've found it takes up my whole boot at the moment, but for the comfort of my son, for the ease of use, it is quite a wide pram, but again, besides being big and bulky, I think the comfort of it outweighs those things immensely. So that is a very brief review of the Steelcraft Strider Compact Deluxe.